Hello. Lapar. Kak belinya pakai apa Kak? Ini Kak, telur dadar Kak. Wah, telur dadar biasa belinya pakai apa? Pepper, salt, sama. Enggak tempatnya. Mentega di mana Kak ya? Behind you. Oh iya. Kok belum dibuka?
Anita, you are here. Kak Nita.
Selamat malam, Bu Firda.
Selamat malam, Pak Fajar. We will be waiting for another student to come, yeah? So 6:45 we will get started.
Hi, Bu Firda.
Yeah?
This is research and methodology class, right?
Yes.
Because
Your
I didn't
class.
find.
It's your class, Pak Sumarno. Don't worry, be happy.
Okay, Bu Firda.
You feel like in another planet, right? There is a lot of, yeah. We invite not only the student, but also faculty member.
Ya. Ini nggak kedengeran Bu ya. Ini jangan teriak-teriak.
Okay. Masih 3 menit lagi ya. Still waiting. Okay. Hi, good evening. Isen, proficient. So Kanita is not only one class. I will be I'm invited 2 or 3 class who still whose students still writing for the thesis. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So among the student is my son, Irfan.
Oh,
Yes. He's a 25 years old, but still live with me. Isn't that nice?
I love that. I want my son to live with me. That's
And
nice.
yeah.
Just to check, yeah, Dr. Firda. So, which one is preferable? Do I speak in English or I can also explain in Malay? It's okay, right?
Our class is in English.
Right, because
yeah.
you do have international students. Do
Yes.
you have?
Yeah, from Korea.
Okay.
We
All
have
right,
two
no problem.
students from
But
Korea.
if let's say they want to ask question, then they can ask in any language. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I promised to start at 6:45, but some students say that I will be coming late, maybe 6:50. What about that? Or we just get started on time?
Yeah, I think we should start on time.
Okay. All right.
And can I ask, is there a recording of this session?
Yes.
Okay, that would be good.
Recording.
Okay.
Yeah. A recorded version of this webinar will be not webinar, it's a class. Yeah, will be available for student and if me lecturer, faculty members.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So any member of the SGU invited or?
I did actually, but because of the timing, I don't think many will join.
Okay.
Because the normal time that we do during the SG is normally after 9. So yeah, this time it's Maghrib, right? So maybe 1 or 2, but I don't think there'll be many. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because if you have this in recording, then I can share the recording later. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah, it's Maghrib time or prayer time is 6:45, 6:30. I think here 6:30.
Yeah.
So they still Salat and we'll be waiting. All right. So without further delay, I think this is 6. My time is 6:46. Yeah. So hello everyone, and welcome to today's session. It's Tuesday evening class as normal for my MBA class. Yeah, in semester 3, with normally about 15 students. So in this evening we have a special guest lecture. Yeah, our session today will be a literature review using AI software by Anita Adnan for about 45 minutes, including question and answer. So after the break, after that question and answer, I would like still to have a special time with my class. So another 30 minutes, yeah, before class dismissed. So, okay, so I like to introduce my today's presenters. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. So with us this evening is Anita Adnan. So one of the 100 the most admired people in education 2021. So you can see it's in page 14. Yeah, Anita Adnan with a quote. She said that life is short, make it worthwhile. Okay. And my friendship with Anita Adnan started in 2016. I think when I was about to go to Malaysia, and I shared introduction to PLS in his doctorate support group online. At that time, online is still rare, yeah, and we try anyway. And then when I came to Malaysia as a lecturer, then down to Kuala Lumpur because I'm alone, not with my family. Then she came join for snack, for tea, for dinner. This is in KLCC. She came with two of his beautiful daughter. Okay, and when I again come for teaching in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, because it's far away from Kelantan, Kota Baru. Then she came visited me again. So thank you very much. So our friendship is still strong until now.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Okay. And Anita is a founder and admin of Doctorate Support Group, DSG, with more than 86,000 members in the closed Facebook group. She studied in Ireland, and with O'Brien Education Consultant as a freelance, and also the Education Engagement Manager for Microsoft. Yeah, September until December 2019. Then she also PYP coordinator and teacher trainer in Saudi Arabia. Also as an Arabia Tutors promotion manager in arabiatutors.com from December 2015 to February 16. So connecting student to competent tutors, yeah, especially in the Middle East and North Africa area. Okay, very impressive CV. And she is a IELTS coordinator and instructor for Cambridge Regional College and Nottingham campus, and teaching IELTS to international students from the Middle East, developing modules for IELTS. Assistant examiner ISOL, Cambridge International Examination, and principal consultant and trainer. Her education started with National University of Malaysia Bachelor of Education, teaching English as second foreign language. And then she went to University Utara Malaysia, Master of Science Educational Management and Technology. Then she got her doctorate degree, PhD in University of Nottingham. She's a doctorate in education. Okay, so without further, she also hold license and certification in IELTS for Cambridge assessment and IELTS Band 8, so near native competence from British Council, Microsoft Certified Education or MCE, and Microsoft Innovative Educator. Okay, so without further delay, so the screen is yours, the time is yours, so everything is yours, Anita Adnan. So please welcome Anita Adnan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firda. Wow, that is such a long introduction about me. But of all honesty, I'm just a simple mom, and I love the current work that we are doing because of COVID. Everyone can study online because we've been doing this forever, right? Dr. Firda, remember when we tried to teach online?
Yeah.
And before that, not many people actually understand how it is done, right? So it's kind of difficult to bring students online to Zoom or to Google Meet. But nowadays, everybody has to do it. Like, I bet most of you are not in the same place. Yeah, your students must be all over Indonesia, right?
Yeah, mostly they are in Jakarta, but also one in Surabaya.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you see how things are beginning to pick up for online learning? Yeah, especially for COVID. So thank you so much for everyone who's joining us today. Can I ask how many students do you have in this webinar?
32. Yes, one class is about 15, but we have two class research methodology in Tuesday and Saturday morning. So I invited them to join.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So what I will be sharing with you today, I would like to share my screen, okay, so that you can, I will pass to you later, Dr. Firda, hang on, where do I share? Okay, so I will pass to you the slide if I make some changes. Yeah. So it's basic. Okay. Right. Oops. Can you see my screen? Can you confirm that you can see my screen? It's left and right, but I actually like to open my PowerPoint. Hang on, yeah. So that, okay, stop sharing. I would like to share my whole screen. So I go to share screen again, and then select a window. Is it whiteboard? No. How do I share my everything? Yeah. Oops. Can you see my screen, Dr. Firda?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
it's
yet.
The slide. I'm sharing the slide. Okay. Let me see. Share screen. Right. PowerPoint. Okay. So let me just go there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what we would like to do today, since Dr. Firda said that most of you are trying to write your chapter 2, yeah, which is your literature review. So what I would like to share is we have been promoting this sort of the use of software, yeah, in order for you to write literature review. Obviously, literature review is not an easy task because you have to read a lot, you have to react with your paper, and then you have to critically analyze, the paper. So what we have found is when many of our students, the group that I have is full of masters and PhD students, we found that it is easier for them to manage the literature review process by using the software. So this is what I'm going to share with you. However, I would also like to share, some questions that you want to have before you start writing your literature review. Yeah. So the content of this talk is, yeah. Okay, I want to make it small. Okay, so I'm just going to speak briefly of who I am. I have my website that you want to check out, and then there are many things that we are trying to work, together with our Indonesian and Singapore friends, people around the Southeast Asia, because many of the software or many of the developers are actually connecting with us, in Southeast Asia, and Indonesia is actually one of the places that they want to come in. However, because of COVID, so nobody can go in, physically, but obviously we can do webinars like this. Yeah. So I love the idea of connecting with this, with research units and department. And I would like to invite all of you, if you haven't joined, come and join our doctorate support group on Facebook, because I believe many of you will have Facebook ID, right? So I'm going to give the link later. Come and join our group, and then you can ask questions, you can get help, you can actually ask for journal article. There are so many things that you can do in there, because all of us support each other, and it's free. So most of the things done in there is free. So there are sometimes where people cannot find their own article, they come there and then they get their journal paper. And I'm going to touch a bit on what is literature review, because I think this is the most important bit of your paper, whereby you have to know what is the scope that you are doing. And actually, I would say the bone of your thesis or your papers will come in literature review, because without knowing what other people have done, it will be so difficult for you to suggest what you want to do next, right? So literature review is actually the main component of any papers. And then I would like to touch a bit on theories. What are some of the theories that are related to my work? Which is what are the theories used when we say that people can use software to write thesis. So what are the theories that can be related to that? And then I'm gonna do a short demo on how this software combo, we call it software combo because there are more than one software. There are actually four major ones, which is Scholasty, Read and Write, Quillbot, and Grammarly. I'm sure many of you have heard of Grammarly before. I think many people have used Grammarly because Grammarly can be used for free, but the full features is not there. So I'm going to demo the full premium Grammarly, what it does. Okay, and then we're going to do a short demo and then maybe a quick Q&A. Yeah. So this is my website. So if you go to webnote, anita-adnan.webnote.com. So this is where I am. Although not updated, not many things. I have not updated things here, but you can get a sense of what I've done over the years. Quite a number of things, because actually, Dr. Firda, my hobby is traveling, but because of COVID, I cannot go anywhere. So I can only travel online. So, but that's okay. Maybe after COVID, then we get to visit IPMI and meet all the wonderful people there. Yeah, all the wonderful students there. Okay. And then this is the group that I'm telling you about. So it's doctorate support group. And if you go to Facebook, try and find this group. The number of members right now is actually 86,000 members. And they are everywhere. They're not just in Malaysia, although majority, I believe maybe 60% are Malaysian, but there are other international educators, international lecturers, people from the UK. So you get to network, yeah? And who knows that some of you might want to continue for your PhD and then you get to find your supervisor in there, yeah? So, and especially if you're thinking of coming to study in Malaysia, I believe now majority of academics in Malaysia are in the ST, yeah, because of everybody has a Facebook ID, right? So okay, so I want to jump to what is literature review. Okay, so I believe that all of us, when we want to start reading and writing our literature review, the most important problem is we have to read a lot, right? In order for you to say that, okay, I want to look at this topic, let's say my area is Facebook, social media for postgraduates. I'm looking at how postgraduates are using social media. So that's my area. So I would like to see what is it about social media that attracts postgraduate? How postgraduate have been using social media? Is it for socializing? Is it for learning? Is it just as a distraction? So before I will do all that, before I have my research question, I have to conduct a literature review that shows that I do know what I'm talking about, right? So literature review must be organized around the topic, around your thesis or the research question that you want to ask. So my research question, for example, is I would like to see how frequently postgraduate log into Facebook and what kind of learning, what kind of things that they do in Facebook, for example, not just focus on learning. Yeah. So I want to see how frequency, quantitative, and then I also want to know what do they do inside Facebook. So the qualitative bit, right? So then I have my questions and I have my qualitative interview data, right? And then, of course, before doing that, I need to see what other previous authors have done. Okay, somebody must have done something about this. I'm not the first person. There must be somebody else. Yeah, although may not be in Malaysia, but I will try and find what has other people been doing about this topic. So when we found all this information, we have to synthesize the results into a summary of what it is, what is known and what is not known. So I do know that certain number of postgraduates are in Facebook, but do I know what they do? Or I don't know. There has not been any study that shows us postgraduates come to Facebook to socialize, to just take a break, or to just learn from each other. So when I've got that, and I'm able to say that, from the literature, I'm able to say that I can then contribute something to the knowledge. Yeah. And I will also like to identify what are some of the controversy in the literature. What are other people talking about? Okay, social media is not good for postgraduate, for example. Social media is distracting for postgraduate. Yeah, you spend more time on social media than doing your writing, for example. So I would like to balance this controversial discussion and say that yes, social media can be distracting, but it can also be helpful for postgraduates. So that is the statement that I want to put, in my thesis. And then, of course, after that, I need to formulate some questions. So then I want to know, is it true that postgraduates in Malaysia come to Facebook to socialize and also learning? I want to ask that. They come to Facebook first to take a break, but then they can then find network, they can find supervisor, they can find materials for learning. So those are the questions that I want to answer in my literature review, right? So if you want to go, if you want to find, you can also go to I put the link, of the reference. And of course, if you Google how to do literature review, there are a lot of things. But just remember that your literature review is the backbone of your study, because you have to show that you understand what is going on in the area, in the field, before you start doing your own short paper. Yeah. So can I ask Dr. Firda, for MBA, are they supposed to do a mini thesis?
A full thesis, but yeah, it's not that like a doctorate. What is that? Dissertation. It's a mini dissertation.
Mini thesis. Okay, but still they must have research questions, right? They must have some kind of methods, right? So what you are doing is relevant to this. However, it's in a smaller form. Yeah. So I would urge you to come to DSG, because some of the educators there have been sharing a template of how to do a quick literature review. I may send some of you too. Yeah, Dr. Frida. Do you remember Dr. Osman? Dr. Osman Tarif, Dr. Oti? Yes. So he has been sharing a lot of work on how to do a quick literature review. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Right, so these are among the questions that I always put in front of my, my board, whenever I want to start writing my literature review. Number one, what are the problems that I'm trying to solve? Because I believe that everybody wants to solve something, want to investigate something, sort of a problem. And what is the scope of the investigation? Is it national level? Is it local level? Or is it community level? Or is it just a small, if it's qualitative, some people can just investigate 1 or 2%. So it's just a small number of people, right? So, and for PhD level, normally it's kind of national, I believe, like looking at how education in Indonesia has been, has changed, for example. So you need to put a scope. And I believe for mini MBA or mini, if it's a mini thesis, the number of participants may not be, too much, right? So the scope is small. And number 3, I believe, is among the important thing. How has the topic been investigated by previous researchers? You want to know who started off the investigation that you are doing, right? So for example, social media in education, somebody must have done it. I'm quoting few names, right? And in your own area, you should also know who are the important person in that area, right? And then you need to go to the key article, to the first article, or even to the original article that the researchers have done, yeah, for you to be able to read and compare. And then what methods have been used? Is it more on quantitative with surveys, questions, or is it more on qualitative with interview data, or is it more of mixed method? However, I don't believe for mini thesis you have the time to do mixed method. Yeah, even for PhD, we are not encouraged to do mixed method because it's so complex. So you can either choose quanti or quali. And I believe a lot of people prefer quantitative because quantitative you have the what you call that? You have the survey questions. You know, you send the survey questions to 300 people and you get your answer. You get, you just have to analyze. For qualitative data, it will take more time because you have to interview, you have to transcribe, you have to analyze, and it will take more time than that. So my area is qualitative, obviously, and Dr. Frida has been the most dynamic quantitative researcher I've seen. Yeah, because knowing things, because I'm not too good in mathematics, I'm not good in statistics, I don't understand statistics, but I love looking at how people answer your questions. Yeah, when you ask questions to them, then they tend to have more answers to it. So I can say that I'm a qualitative researcher. And then number 5, key work or key papers. I think this is very important because before we say that we are contributing to the knowledge or to the area, we need to also trace who are the key person, yeah, or who has written the key papers in the area. And number 6, yes, theories is so important because then we can put our work somewhere. Where do this belong to? Like for example, my work is on social media, the use of social media or the use of software. So mine is on theory of planned behavior or UTAU, yeah, for example, if you're familiar. So I would like to see how people accept technology to be able, to change their behavior, right? So we will talk more about that. And for these theories, I normally suggest students to go and check previous thesis. So for example, if you can Google PDF thesis for what theory, and then you get at least 3 theses, and then you have a sense of how other people been using the theories, yeah, in your area. And number 7, I think now leading on to contribution. So now that you want to say that you are a scholar, how do I add to this body of knowledge? So with my knowledge, with my data, how can I then add to this pool of small study that other people have done? Yeah. So I believe that, of course, there are more questions. Yeah, but because we don't have any time, much time, so I believe that these are among the key. Maybe later you can add. Yeah, I'll pass this slide to Dr. Frida later, and you guys can add among you. Yeah, and how you want. Okay, so these are the 2 theories that I've mentioned. I'm now looking at UTAU, Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology, because a lot of my work involves usage of software, usage of websites, usage of apps. So UTAU is one of the dynamic, prolific theory. Yeah. So saying that when we want to look at how people accept technology, we have to look at how do they change behavior from what they have. Yeah. So like, for example, I want to start using iPhone, for example. Yeah. But I don't know anything about iPhone. So how do I use this theory in order to say, okay, I go and find out, look at the manual, I go to the YouTube tutorial, I use it myself. How do you then accept to use technology that you haven't known before? So for example, the software, the 4 software, I don't have any idea, for example. So how do I start using it? So I'm going to use UTAU as my basis of theory to say that people will use software when they feel comfortable in it, right? So it comes under maybe intention to use software, right? And then of course I also take theory of planned behavior, yeah, Ajizan. So I believe that whatever we do, we need to plan. So for example, the behavior that I say I want to use software tomorrow, but I will start by downloading the free trial, for example, or I will start at looking at the YouTube tutorial. So that's my planned behavior, right? I don't simply go and simply use it. No, I will start learning. I will plan my behavior to learn the software before I start doing it. So these two theories are the basis of my argument, saying that postgraduates, either masters or PhD, can then plan their action, their workflow every day, and they can start using software for better experience. Okay, all right. So I'm sure there are many theories. You just have to relate to which one is the closest that can explain. Yeah, and of course you are allowed to add into the theory. So for example, like theory of planned behavior, I say, wow, Artisan has been doing this since 1991. Now it's already 2021. There must be some addition to it, right? So I want to add, I want to say that, behavioral belief, normative beliefs, control belief. I want to add one more belief, for example. So I can then extract from it my data. After I've gotten my data, I say, okay, in order for us to plan our behavior, we need to have some sort of guidance or manual for us to start, planning, maybe, so that is something that, and that can become your contribution to the knowledge, saying that you have added that. Right. Okay. So this is something that, which is actually very common sense. The premise or the assumptions that we want to say when you say, okay, I'm using software for thesis writing. Many people are saying, no, you shouldn't use software because thesis writing should be hard, should be difficult, should be, you need to use your brain. Yes, I agree. However, using software, it can actually assist. It can actually make the process easier. So the assumption that we have before you start using software is you need to be comfortable using the software. If you are the person that feel that, no, if I start using software, my life will be more miserable, then you cannot start. You cannot use software, because I do have clients like that, yeah, saying that when I start using software, I feel more incompetent. I feel I cannot write. Then you don't have to use. Okay, so you really have to be comfortable with IT, with technology, and especially with the software. Yeah, for example, Word, even Office. Some people are not comfortable. Some people prefer to write, manually. Go ahead, that's fine. But this is an assumption that you need to have before you start using the software. And then you need to know how the software can help you, but not create more technical problems. I have a lot of people in category 2, meaning they think that, okay, I'm going to use Atlas TI for my data qualitative data analysis, but it seems like, wow, I have to learn it, and it is so technical, it brings more problem. Don't. Better don't, yeah? And number 3, software should be easy and should be easy to learn, yeah? If it's too difficult, not many people will use it, yeah? So that's the assumption. And number 4, I think I cannot stress this enough. You need to stick to only one that you master. So for example, Mandalay and Endnote, I'm sure most of you are quite familiar. You can either choose one. You don't have to use both because it's the same. So Mandalay is also reference management. Endnote is also reference management. Many people like to use Mandalay simply because it's free. Endnote is a paid one and it's quite expensive. And in terms of use, Mandalay is easier. Yeah. And then maybe you say, okay, I want to do qualitative data analysis. I want to choose Atlas TI, but I also want to use NVivo too. Why? Just choose one. So they are the same and they do the same job, right? So either Atlas TI or NVivo you choose. And then number 5, I always tell this, use the free trial to make sure you're comfortable before you buy. Okay? Right. Is everybody okay? Do you want to, Dr. Vida, could you want to check if they have any questions? Am I going too fast? Do I speak too fast?
No, I think it's good. I just want to introduce that besides we have student, we also have a lecturer or faculty member. Let me mention name, Ibu Lisa Nelo. Would you like to open your camera, please, for us?
Good evening, Bu Firda. Hello, Bu Anita.
Hello.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm really sorry, my son is over here, so
Oh,
No problem.
possible. It's not possible to open the camera. Very sorry, Bu Firda.
all right. Okay. And we have head of the class of my class is Selfie Tanggara. Selfie, say hello to Anita and to everyone.
Yeah, good evening, Ibu Anita. It's very nice to have you today because we are always being encouraged by Bu Firda to do our chapter 2, so it's very useful. So thank you on behalf of the class.
Okay, thank you.
And there are two foreign students from Korea, or three, yeah, Kim Min Suk and Cho. Okay, or the same person, Cho. Cho and Kim Min Suk. Yeah, would you like to say hello to Dr. Anita from Malaysia?
Sure. Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Kim Sok. I'm now in class in Prof. with the class right now to get to know more about knowledge.
All right. Don't
Thank
call
you.
me Prof, not yet Prof. Okay. Joe,
Fine.
and there's another Korean student is Joe. Yeah.
Yes, I'm from Korea. These days, I'm pondering on how to write literature review and how to design research. So I'd like to learn something from you. Thank you, Bu.
Yes, thank you. All right. I
And
hope my
after-
English is not too fast, yeah, because sometimes I tend to speak too fast when I'm excited. So that's the problem.
After finishing MBA, I think Joe would be what is that? A movie star for drama Korea, I think.
Yeah. You should come to Malaysia. Come to Malaysia. Everybody is crazy about Korea now. Oh my God. Come to Malaysia. Yeah? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Done?
Yeah,
Can we
I think
continue?
the question and answer will be provided after
Yes.
Anita finish. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
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 All right. Okay. So I'm getting back at my screen. You can still see my screen, right? You can?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, right. So this is one of the actually the slide that I prepared, yeah, for people in Malaysia. So it's in Malay, but I think some of your Indonesian students can understand, but I'm just gonna say. So among the problems that when we want to do literature review, yeah. So number one is we don't have any idea what to write. So I totally agree. It's either no idea to write or too many ideas to write. So there are so many things in our head, so we need to put that down in writing. And then number two, because we have to read a lot of journal article, then it becomes so overwhelming, because imagine, let's say you have to read 200 articles or 150 articles. So all this information need to be organized, yeah, when you write your literature review. And I do understand some of you might use Mandalay, might use Endnote just for reference management. But what about the points, yeah, inside article, the articles? So the summary, the abstract, the results, the finding. So there must be a way on how you want to manage that information. And then number three, it becomes slow to us to read because there are so many articles to read. So I'm going to share in some of the software, what we can do is we can do the summary, and then we can put them together in a literature matrix. Yeah? And it's a quick way on how you process. And number four, a lot of our students, even myself included, whereby it's so difficult for us to understand the article in English. Of course, because it's not our native language, right? We are the second language reader or speaker for English. So I'm going to share with you how Scholastic can help, because it can actually translate your document into your own native language. So for Indonesia, you have Indonesian language. For Korea, you can also translate to Korean language. So that is very useful. And then number 5 and 6, obviously, a lot of our students also have this problem. How do we write critically? How do we read critically? So I'm going to share with you. Number 7, the motivation to read becomes lower because, like the previous problem, so many things to do. We don't know how to start, no idea or too many ideas, right? So the motivation to do your literature review becomes lower. And number 8, this is something that I find very interesting for us, yeah, the people from Southeast Asia. we tend to write one sentence and we want to paraphrase. We want to write in different way. So how do we do? Yeah, of course you can try and paraphrase, your own, but there is a software that can actually help you to paraphrase very quickly. And I'm going to demo that. It is called Quillbot. And it is a software based in the US. And it is very quick that you can paraphrase the whole paragraph or the whole chapter, because it can be installed as add-in in your Word. So it can be in your Office, in your Word Office. And then number 9, you have to process the article very quickly, because if you cannot get the total idea of, let's say, for example, you read 50 articles, you want to synthesize and you want to say something. Okay, what do these articles say about the current knowledge of this area? And you have to do it quickly. So there are software that can help you do that. And number 10, obviously, being a non-native speaker or writer, we always have problem with grammar, always have sentence structure, always have spelling. As an English teacher myself, this is my everyday problem, and it is sometimes a habit, to delete, not to put or the or and, right? Because we are not the native speaker doing this every day, right? So Grammarly can help you with that. So I'm sure some of you are quite familiar with Grammarly. And of all this information, of all this problem, there are software that can help you to do that. So I'm gonna go, hang on, where was I just now? Okay, I was here. Oh, sorry. Right, so this is the problem. And now let me introduce to you the 4 steps on how you can start writing your literature review and your draft or your mini thesis. You start with Scholarly to summarize your article, and then you can also translate the article into your native language. Number 2, you can use Ref and Write to put together all the articles which is related, and you can do keyword searching, and then you can write with academic phrase bank, because there is academic phrase bank in Ref and Write. And number 3, you can actually paraphrase the whole of your thesis or the whole of your paragraph with Quillbot, which is very, very interesting. And lastly, we use Grammarly to edit and proofread. Yeah, and so far Grammarly is the best seller for all postgraduate, because they really need Grammarly to edit and proofread, right? So this is the banner that I've shared with the members. So if you follow this step, so step 1, you start using Scholarly. The website is scholarly.com. I'm going to open later on. And Scholarly summarize your article. So for example, your article has 10 pages. It can summarize into smaller chunks of information so that it's easier for you to understand. And then you can translate, understand in your own language. You can create flashcard or summary card and save in the library, and it saves a lot of time. Yeah, and this is web-based, so you need to have internet connection all the time when you are doing Scholarly. And then for Ref and Write, this is the most the best seller, simply because it's the cheapest and it is lifetime license. You buy once and you don't have to buy anymore, right? So Ref and Write is also very interesting. And next, you go, after you've got your draft, you go to Quillbot and you paraphrase. You can also summarize, but it's not so as good as Scholarly. And it's very easy to use because Quillbot.com is a web-based. Yeah, you really need internet for that, and it's an annual license. And lastly, you use Grammarly, yeah, to edit or to proofread. So I'm gonna go. Let me share my web. Right, so I'm not sure whether you can see my web. Okay, let me close all this. Okay, Dr. Firdaus, share with me. Can you see what I'm trying to share? Okay, let me stop share, and then I go to website. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I go to sharing my website. Okay. Can you see? My scholarly.com.
It's Anita has started screen sharing. It's coming. Okay. Yeah, now I can see.
All right. So you can also start using this right now because we do have a free trial. Okay, so Scholarly, the power of Scholarly is you can actually upload the papers that you have already in your laptop, or you can simply put the link of all the papers that you found online. Yeah, so I bet IPME has a database that you can go and download the paper. Yeah, so you go to the website scholarcy.com, right? And then you don't click sign up for free trial because here you will have to enter your credit card. So you don't want to do that, right? You don't have to enter your credit card, but you click on try Scholarcy now. Here, the second button. Yeah, so you click here, and once you are here, you are going to see there is a, okay, let me, the internet is not being, yeah, okay. So I hope you can see, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
the link. I can even put the link here, I think. We do have a chat section, right? Where I can put the,
Yeah, we have chat.
yeah, we do have a chat section. Thumbnail. Okay. Right. I wanna copy this, and then I want to put in our chat so that you guys can actually start using Scholarcy right now. So for example, you already have 20 papers, 20 journal articles, yeah, in your laptop. Yeah, you already download and you say, okay, I'm gonna read maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, right? But with Scholarcy, you don't have to do that because you can actually summarize the whole paper. Okay, let me demo to you. So once you go to App Scholarcy flashcard generator, there are two things that you can do. Number one is you can upload the paper here, right? So these are the paper that you have already downloaded to your laptop. Secondly, you can put any URL link that you have. So I'm going to put one link, which I know, yeah, and then I'm going to click generate flashcard. Within few seconds, Scholarcy is going to come up with the summary of the paper, because this is actually an AI software. It's going to help you with understanding the paper, right? See, I think less than 10 seconds. So the title is this paper is Addictive Facebook Use Among University Students. And I know the what you call the writer, the author is Zainab, yeah, et al. 2014. And I know that the summary is this study explored phenomenon of Facebook addiction among 9 international students. So I know this is qualitative study. And I would like to go and see what is this all about, right? So I simply click abstract. I can then read, wow, okay, so this paper is very useful to me. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna do this. And then I want to find, okay, what's the result then? Okay, so I can see 68% teenagers use Facebook, so I can get all this. And then let's say I want to go to the next. Let's say I want to go, okay, I want to see what Curse and Griffith say. I simply click here and I simply go to, yeah, I can go there, or, so it's useful. I can download, and I can go to I can go to Google Scholar if I want. So within Scholarcy, you can actually start doing your literature review very quickly because you don't really have to go out of there. So, okay, so this is about another paper just now that I clicked, which is Kapinski, a description of Facebook use and academic performance among undergraduate and graduate students. So I'm focusing on graduate students. So this is very useful to me, right? So a lot of things you can do here. And what I love about this is the references part. You click on it. There you go. You can actually do a snowball technique of simply following what do this paper say about this, right? So I can go to Google Scholar. I can go to if there's an open access, I can go to, I think this is Site AI. You can play around with this because this is free. You can start using it. And you can also click on the Scholarcy finding if there is. So if you don't want to download, simply go and find out what does it say about this paper, right? So very quickly, you are able to process, I believe, 10, 20 articles per day by using Scholarcy. And then this is one way, which is open access. What about the paper that I have uploaded in my laptop? So go to the second link here, click upload paper, right? And then I can then go to my desktop. Okay, I'm not sure where I put that. I think it's here. So maybe it should be, hang on. So you have to remember, yeah, your paper, where do you put it? So for example, I take this, I open, okay, and then Scholarly is going to extract and do a summary of your paper. And it has to be a journal article with a certain limit, I believe. However, journal articles are the best. A book may not be that useful. Okay, so therefore I got it. So this is kind of a book, I think. So it's not that good, right? Okay, and then you can do the same thing. So only by putting in the access, the URL, as long as you have access to that, you can. And then you can also upload paper, right? So just now, I did show to you, hang on, I'm gonna go here. And then I want to generate flashcard again for the first paper. And I want to say, no, I don't understand English. I want to read this paper in Indonesian language. Can we find Indonesian language? I'm sure there is. There you go, Indonesian, right? So down here, this is actually by Power Translate. So click on it, and then it will change to an Indonesian language. And that gives us quick way of what you call that? Understanding, right? So generate flashcard again, because I've just turned into Indonesian language, right? Can you see? This is all has changed into Indonesian language. And this is, if you want to go to original, you click original here, right? So for me, Scholarly has been very useful. Okay, so let's go to Diskusi. All right, so Diskusi, yeah, and then you can actually play around, because yeah, there you go, study ini eksplorasi fenomena. So it gives you quicker way of understanding the paper, right? Okay, so nothing much really to share about Scholarly. It's just that I would like you to use it. And once you feel that you really want to keep, okay, the only downside is if you use the free one, you cannot save the library. So whatever that you do will just be gone on that day, right? But however, if you, okay, I want to go back to English. If you buy the subscription, you can then sign in and you can then start saving all the papers that you have summarized, and you can create your literature matrix, in order for you to look at 50 papers altogether. Yeah, so this is the sign-in bit. Right, I'm going to stop because I think there's so many tabs here. Right. Any questions so far for Scholarly? Anybody has any question? If not, I'm just going to continue. Okay. If there's no question, right? So this is my subscription with Scholarly. Once I sign in, I will then what you call that? I will then save all the papers. Look at this. I can create my library, Facebook for postgraduate, for example, and then I can upload my paper in here. So there are so many things I can do, right? I can share my paper with my supervisor. I can share my papers with my friend. But they must also be the subscriber, the premium subscriber, yeah? And then I can then also put notes in here, right? So let's say I go here. This is the paper that I have uploaded to the Scholarly library. And then I can then take note of this paper and put some notes, yeah? So Scholarly is very, very useful if you want to process a lot of paper in a short time, right? So this is the same. It's just that it is safe in your library. So I can then also export after I have saved this. I can also export to Word document. So I can then copy and paste and then paraphrase and write my literature review. So that is the thing that we have been showing our students, on how you can write a literature review within a week. Yeah, there are some who have said to me, wow, thank you for Scholarly. I can now read very quickly and do a quick literature review. Yeah, but of course I'm not sharing. I know I'm not suggesting that you can do a quick one, but this is a quick flow of the way using software to do your literature review. All right, so my computer is becoming very slow now, right? So I'm going to log out Okay, so I hope you understand that scholarcy is just to summarize the article, and then you can process very quickly. Right, next one. So if you remember, the next one is ref and write. Ref and write is will be installed in your Word. You know, once you, even if you try the download version. Okay. Are we still okay, right? We are still okay.
Okay, Bu.
Right, okay. Right, I'm just going to show a quick one for ref and write. For ref and write, I'm going to give this link so that you can download the free trial. And all this software, you can actually go to YouTube, yeah, to find out how to use it. Because ref and write is really, really useful, because you can upload every papers in there, and you can search the keyword. Like, for example, I want to find, has there anybody has studied problems for using Facebook in education, for example, right? So I can then search in ref and write whether or not many other people have said that. So this is the link, right? refandwrite.com trial.dsg. So if you simply Google ref and write, you will come to this page. And this is actually the free trial given to us by HQ. And you can click here and you can download, right? So ref and write work in Word. So once you have ref and write installed, you have to go, oops, hang on. You go here, right? So it is in your Word, okay? And then you will have to upload all the papers. Oh, mine is already expired. Sorry. So I should have tested this. So the idea is to, I have actually done a demo on this. I'm gonna give this to later. For ref and write, you can actually upload your papers in dashboard library, and then you can search the keywords. For example, I want to know how many authors have done a study on addictive Facebook use. So I'll highlight there and I click search. Okay, so in the premium edition, you'll be able to find, yeah, all papers related to these keywords. And also, because you are able to use academic phrase bank, let's go to the website, yeah, because also there is an academic phrase bank in the website. You can actually use academic phrase bank to help with your writing. So academic phrase bank is what you use, like in summary, yeah. So let's say you want to say introduction. So you go here, you can actually use this because this is free. Importance of topic, for example. So this is a topic of pivotal importance. So all this you can use. Yeah? And when you buy the premium version, there will be more. So many students have said that this has helped them to counter what you call that? Writer's block. Because sometimes when you write, you don't know what to say, right? So you can use this. Okay, so I'm done with ref and write. I do hope that you can download the free trial. Go to refandwrite.com, go to info, go to DSG members. Yeah, so you can download the free trial for free. So this is the link. Okay, I'm sending this to WhatsApp later, yeah, to Dr. Firda. Right, the next one, after you have your draft, what you want to do is you want to go to Quillbot, yeah, quillbot.com, and then you can then actually copy paste whatever sentence or whatever paragraph that you want to paraphrase. You say that, oh, my language is similar, is the same. I want to put it somewhere else. Okay, for example, yeah, let me take one from here. So for example, let's say I take, okay, I don't like this sentence. I want to paraphrase this. Yeah, so I copy this. Yeah, this is just a demo. You can also do, and because I have a premium version, so quillbot.com, for the free one, you can use 700 words. But for the premium one, you can paraphrase up to 10,000 words, yeah, in one go. So you can actually, if it's not, okay, let's try the free one, yeah, don't log in. so that I can demo to you. Sorry, my internet is a bit slow. Maybe what I should do is close my video. Yeah, maybe let me try and close my video so that I can demo better. Right. Close my demo for my video so that we can have, yep. Okay. So go to quillbot.com and you can actually start. Okay, I don't want to use the premium version. I want to use the free one so that I can show you what you can do. Yeah, you can actually try this. So go to quillbot.com. Don't log in. Okay, and then this is where you will go, and you can then straight away try the paraphraser. So this is paraphrasing, right? So you copy and paste. You go just now. I did Control C and then I want to Control V. So I want to paraphrase this paragraph. I said that, oh, my words are not good. I want to write somewhere, in another way. So I go to paraphrase here. So for the free version, you will get 400 characters only. So it's okay, just for a demo. And then you click paraphrase, and notice that I only have standard and fluency. Yeah, for the free one. So once I click paraphrase, and then Quillbot with the AI robot will change this into another way. Can you see? So this, let me see how different it is. Yeah. So this is the original, and this is the paraphrasing one. Facebook has become integral part of everyday life. So that's different. This one, Facebook has become essential part. So there's just the different word. So by doing this, you are going to show that you have lots of writing skills and different words, different vocabulary. Yeah. So try it. If you have not signed up for free one, you can actually sign up. If you use this, you only get 400. But if you sign up, you will get up to 700. Okay. So this is Quillbot. Quillbot is very easy. It's just about paraphrasing. Right. And the last one is Grammarly.com. I believe many of you are familiar with this because Grammarly is so simple. You install, you go and sign in, and then you will install in your Word. And then once you open Grammarly, it will give you suggestion on how you can actually edit this whole thing, right? And we have been serving the Malaysian postgraduate by selling Grammarly Premium, yeah, because it's so expensive when you want to buy it in the website. So we can get a cheaper price for postgraduate. So I think Grammarly, a lot of people are quite familiar. Anybody has not heard of Grammarly? I think Grammarly is the one, so familiar. So I think that's it, Dr. Firda, for the demo. So Grammarly will start checking all this. Am I on time or?
Yes, you are
Yeah.
very on time.
Okay. All right.
All right. So then I will give opportunity first for the student and lecturer in IPMI to give a question for Anita Adnan. So who will go first for the question? Ada pertanyaan? Boleh dalam bahasa.
Yeah. Boleh.
Good evening, Bu Firda. It's me, Ikhwan.
Oh, Ikhwan,
Okay, like
are you student of IPMI?
Yes, of course. But last semester.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, all right.
Yeah, it's very interesting knowing that Ibu Anita has got a lot of information talking about the application that can support us finishing our thesis. But I was wondering if what about the accuracy of the result of the paraphrase?
Yeah.
And also the grammar, do you think?
Yeah. Okay. So very interesting question. Thank you, Ikwan. So far, the students that have used Quillbot is actually to reduce plagiarism in turning in. That's what they've been doing, yeah. Because when they upload their paper in Turnitin and then Turnitin say, hey, you got 30% of, or you know, your words, right? So when they change it, when they use Quillbot, they say that it reduced up to 10%. So let's say you do 30%. After you uploaded, you process with Quillbot, it becomes lower by 10%. So I'm not so sure how it's done because this is all AI. However, what I would like to ask you to do is start using it. I think you should try. Because if you don't try, and of course from the same paragraph, we can also change to our own words, right? Because you can't actually rely totally on AI software, right? So as a scholar, I believe we also have our own way of writing, right? However, software like this can help to at least assist your sentence to be how do I say, flowy, you know, you have more sentence to write. So I would urge you to use the free one because it's available for 700 words per paraphrase. So once you do it and then you log out, you come in again and do again another 700. The only thing is it cannot be installed in Word. That's it. But you can copy and paste, put in your Word. Yeah.
Okay, that's right, Ibu. Thank you, Ibu Anita.
Okay.
Thank you, Iwan. So next question is from Selfie Tanggara.
Hi, Ibu Anita. Thank you for the presentation. It's very useful. I have a question. When we cite theories from the journals or articles that we read, can we paraphrase that, or should we, put it as it is?
You are asking about theories, right?
Yes. Yeah, so, the wordings that you cite from any journals or articles.
Okay, so let's say this is how I understand it. Let's say I want to type, I want to find an article and I want to find certain keywords. You don't have to paraphrase because you want to find, the exact word, right?
Okay.
So unless you have the idea and you want to say, I want to say this, but in a different way, then only, did I get it correct? Is that what you want to ask?
So,
right.
for example, let's say from an article, Golding and Spacey in 2002 said that women to master the technology. So it's written in an article. So my question is, when I want to use that, can I paraphrase that, or should I put it as it is in my writing?
Right. So when of course you have to paraphrase. So there are two ways of paraphrasing. Either you want to use your own brain. I mean, you use your own knowledge, or you can actually copy that sentence and put it in Quillbot, right?
Okay.
And then Quillbot will then suggest to you few ways. And if you're not happy, you can then do again, and they'll give a different sentence. Try it, because it will reduce the amount of time you spend on writing. That's what the feedback that we have got so far. Yeah, reduce the time. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu.
Yeah, I just tried for last 2 months, and yeah, it's really saved my time. Okay. All right, next question.
I have a question. Edi Susanto.
Yeah, Edi Susanto, you from Italy? Okay.
Indonesia. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have seen last month from University Mercy from New Zealand, one speaker said in the contract they use it something like that to change the standard contract to make a simple contract. They use a block data, something like that, or different.
Of embedding has been increased.
Okay.
They use block data for this one. This person is from Malaysia. He's got his PhD in London and US, and now he works in New Zealand and professor at University Mercy. He said mostly the contract in Indonesia contract, so he can make it simplify the contract, use EI or different or something like that. That's why.
Okay.
I don't know.
Pak Edi, we will prioritize first for the student, yeah, because they are using they are writing a thesis and struggle with it, and I want to help them. Yeah, you can ask or chat with Anita later, yeah, in person, yeah.
Yes, okay, thank you.
I will give my email, yeah, and so that if any of you maybe you want to ask something else, then of course contact me by email. If I can help, I will definitely, yeah.
Yes,
But my
okay, thank you.
advice is, yeah, come to the SG. You can ask so many questions there. There are so many experts in there that can
Yes,
help.
okay.
Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pak Edi. Next, I will give prioritize for my student in my class. Joe,
Okay,
Ingwan.
Bu.
All right.
Okay, thanks, Bu Anita, for your useful presentation. It's quite related to service question. Okay, aside from using Quillbot to paraphrase to lower down the plagiarism, is there, because it's most of us, it's first time to write a thesis, so by the end of the writing thesis, we need to be tested on plagiarism. So is there more way to lower down other than using Quillbot, other than just paraphrasing, like changing structure or something? Because in chapter 2, mostly we need to quote the previous research, so we tend to just copy and paste. So is there any other way to lower the plagiarism issue?
Yes. Okay.
Let me, Eddie, would you like to
Yeah.
mute
Yeah,
your
yes,
because,
okay. Yeah, it's
Okay, I understand what Joe is trying to say, yeah, because I'm an English teacher. What we have been doing before this, before the era of AI software, we ask the student not to copy paste, because the tendency to copy paste from what you read and try and write, that is the problem. What you have to do is, once you read a paragraph, you have to summarize in your own words. Okay, so that's the only way you have to do it. So for example, just now you see Facebook has been used by postgraduate all around the world. Yeah, so you have to put in your own way. Many people in the whole world have been using Facebook, for example, right? So that is the only way. I am not aware of any other technique because you are asking about writing techniques, right? Because apart from using software, that's the only way, which is quillbot.com. I haven't found any other software that can use as best as quillbot.com. So for Quillbot is number one, yeah. But if you want to try and write on your own, number one, short sentence. Do not do long sentence. So it becomes original to you, right? Number two, put together all the ideas in one. So like, for example, you have 3 ideas, try and put it into one sentence. So that is something that I think you should go for academic writing class, right? So I totally understand what you say, because a lot of Malaysian problem face the same thing. When they want to write their thesis, they say, oh, this idea, people have said it, I've read it, but I don't know how to put in my own words, which is right? So the reason why I suggest Quillbot, because I think that the way they write is very simple. So it doesn't show that you are using a software. And once you upload in, turn it in, it will become, it's like, it's yours. Try it. So I suggest you to try it. And then you do 2 ways. One is your own work. Another is what you paraphrase from Quillbot, and try and see the difference. Okay? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Who else? Victor, Sita, Fajar, Irfan.
If I may, Bu. Thank you, Ibu Anita. It was very encouraging that we can actually have an AI or software to help us on writing thesis, because quite a few, to be honest, quite a few of us are tearing our hair out, right? At the moment, trying to get it done. So my question is this: so if you're paraphrasing a certain theory or quotation from past journals, right? Will it be problematic during a defense when a professor or your panelist asks questions and it's not quite similar to what you're trying to quote? So how do you defend that?
Right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Obviously, I think I got it wrong. the name of the theory or the quotation from the papers, that one cannot be paraphrased. You have to put it in quotation. Yeah. So if let's say the name is theory of planned behavior, that's the word that you have to use. You can't paraphrase theory of planned behavior. Am I right? You have to use the same name of theory. However, the idea that you write about theory of planned behavior, that can be that can be paraphrased. Because paraphrasing is saying that you understand this, but you want to put it in your own words. You can't be, copy pasting what other people have said, because that is totally plagiarism, right? But when you talk about it's the term or it's the name, definitely you have to use the same name. So obviously you can't paraphrase theory of planned behavior to behavioral type of theory. I don't know. No, you have to use the same term. Yeah. So sorry if I make you confused. You can't change the name of the theory or the quotes in the paper. No, that one you have to use as it is. But if you wanna take the idea and say that according to so and so, that one you have to paraphrase. I hope I made it clear. Yeah. Sorry if I.
No. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right. Next question, please. Irfan? No. Pak Arif? Pak Wisnu?
Ya, Bu. May I, Bu?
Boleh.
Ya.
Boleh. Siapa tadi
Halo,
sebelumnya?
Bu Anita.
Boleh, ya.
Thank you for having you, Bu, here, Bu. Okay, Bu Anita, if we have a same theory, Bu, both article in the book and the journal, we have the same theory. Which one do you prefer? Cite from literature from book or from journal? Which one is more important, Bu?
Right. Okay. Very good question, because this one I asked my professor the same thing. If you have the same or similar, I will say they will not be the same. Or sometimes I will always go to the first one, which is the original theory, right? Go to the original theory. And then there will be additional, what you call the revised version of the theory, right? And there will also be the similar theory. So you have to look at the research questions that you want to investigate and choose which one is more relevant to the theories. So for example, just now I put two theories, Untitled and theory of planned behavior. My research question will be more on planned behavior, because I want to convince people that with the when you plan your action and when you plan your behavior, it is easier for you to use software. So that's what I want to say. Yeah, the research question and the answer that I want to derive. So if I need to choose between the two theories, I will go for theory of planned behavior. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So theories are just there to put a foundation to your work. However, you need to choose which one is more relevant to what you want to say. And then you can critique something like, okay, this theory is not enough. Planned behavior, there must be something else. There must be practice, there must be time, for example. Yeah. So apart from planning your behavior, you must also practice using the software, and you must also keep sharing with your friends, as an example. So I want to add these two, not variable, yeah, because we are qualitative people. So I want to add these two into this old theory, planned behavior, and I want to say, okay, Anita's work, this is what I found in my data. So I hope it makes sense that whatever theory that you chose, it has to relate to the findings or to the questions that you want to ask. Do I make sense? I hope.
Yes, Bu, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, it's difficult because there are thousands of theories. So sometimes our life is just about reading the theories, and we can't even understand which one is more important. And I believe that's the job of a supervisor, actually. Yes, your supervisor will be able to tailor, okay, so you take this one, not this one, or something like that. And I believe that's what should happen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they came to me every other day.
I know it. They must come to you. But Wufilda is such a lovely person. You must love working with her. Yeah. I wish I can be in Indonesia right now. I hope to go.
All right. Next question, next student.
Bu Firda.
Ya, siapa itu?
Arif, Bu. Arif.
Oh, Pak Arif. Ya,
Yeah,
this is
may I go?
my, yeah.
Yeah,
please.
thank you for the opportunity, Ibu. Good evening, Bu Anita.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing the knowledge this evening. Just curious, Ibu, maybe is there any you share about the software or the platform like a Scholarly or Quillbot or Grammarly, but just curious, is there any software that also have ability to check the plagiarism? I mean,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
for maybe our paper is how many there is any score of plagiarism or something.
Yeah.
Is there any software? Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. I'm sure your college or your university subscribe to
We
Turnitin.
we use
Yeah.
Plagscan, not
Okay.
Turnitin.
Okay. So that's one. Yeah. And obviously you need to check for plagiarism, because plagiarism is the highest form of misconduct. You know, you can't be saying that this is my word whenever it's actually other people's work. So you have to say that you quote this from somewhere. So that's why you need to check the level of things that you write, whether it is correct, it is your own word or other people's work. So yeah, so you can, of course, there are software. So the most common one in Malaysia is Turnitin, but Turnitin is so expensive. It is so expensive. So normally, university buy for for the whole stuff.
All right. Any more question from student? Isen, Siska. But the expert is here, so you have to ask. Otherwise, I will push you to ask. Siapa lagi? Alfarik, Yoel, Dika, have you start chapter 2? Hello.
I did, Bu.
Okay, so you want to ask
I did.
something to Dr. Anita? Oh, here we call you Ibu. It's not doctor. In Malaysia, they call me Dr. Firda, professor. I think it's different, yeah. Okay, all right, Dika. So, would you like to ask something for Ibu Anita?
At this moment, I don't think that I have a question, because it's already so many questions that the things that I want to start to try it by myself.
All right, so get started, yeah. Keep that
Yeah, because
motivated.
paraphrasing is quite difficult sometimes.
It is.
I'm trying to write it down, but somehow it's not getting better, but getting worse
Yeah,
when we
I
do
know.
paraphrasing.
I know. We are all the same, Priyandi. Malaysian student and Indonesian have the same problem, because we are thinking in our native language. We are thinking in Malay. You know, we are not thinking in English. So when you want to write your sentence, your Malay words will stuck in your head. Wah, apa ini ya? Apa ini? Bagaimana mau menulis kan? So I have been a teacher for 24 years. So it is the same problem everywhere. And even teacher also have same problem. So that's why I think practice to write is one. And then you always need your dictionary with you, because you want to write different word, different sentence, right? Different way of writing. There is no other way. That is the most difficult way, which is paraphrasing. And wanting to show that your writing has some flow to it, right? Yeah. And it is wajib ya menulis di dalam bahasa Inggeris untuk ini. Yeah, I guess so. Right. Okay.
So practice
Exactly.
makes perfect. Yeah. So I would like to start session 2 for other than student, lecturer, or we have Ibu Wiwi Daryanto. She is the head of our research and community development. So Bu Wiwi Daryanto. So say hello each other.
Selamat malam.
Malam, Ibu.
Assalamualaikum, Ibu Anita. Nice to meet you.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Okay. All right. Bu Wiwi ada komen because also she has the most student with the difficulties of writing in English, ya Bu ya.
Yeah, that's the problem. And from the question, yes, indeed, we have the Plagscan in our library, so the students can check before submit to the teacher, to the mentor, to the supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have-
And the threshold level is 25.
25. Yeah.
Yeah, 25%. So
Yeah.
above
It's
that,
the same. Yeah, it's the same in Malaysia. Threshold is 25. Yeah, it's the same. So beyond 25, then you have to
Yeah.
paraphrase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Second session, Siska, Rofishan, or siapa yang mau bertanya lagi? Jong or Alvaris? No, what do you have in mind? Tell them to Anita.
We can
No?
also get connected later.
Okay.
Hilda, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We
Alright.
can we can get together in an email.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of resources from the SG that I would like to share. Because some of them are feedback gotten from students when they see the overview template, especially by Dr. Osman, Dr. Osman Talib,
Yeah.
Dr. Oti,
Yeah.
on how to prepare the proposal. The one page. I think that's very useful. So maybe if they want to think about putting on one page of what
Okay.
I want to write, so later I'll pass to you. And then,
Alright.
maybe we can
Oh,
have
yeah.
I love doing this, because
Yeah.
I'm also currently writing a lot of paper on
Yeah.
social media. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last chance. Any more question? Okay. If not, then ada tak? Kalau tak ada, then I want to thank you for attending our class, research and methodology class. We hope you enjoy it. If your question or you have in mind wasn't answered during this live event, then Anita and I will plan to get back to you within, maybe the next day or two or next week. Yeah, you can access the slide and recording.
Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think from which Dewanga. She asked whether does the scholarship website have a limit in its use for a period of a day? I don't think so. You can actually use the flashcard, but maybe after 4 or 5, and then you have to close and open again. I think so. I don't think there's a limit, but maybe 4 papers allowed. Yeah. So try and use it. The only thing is if you have the premium, then you're able to save. That's it. Rekaman video, obviously later I would also like to have the video so that I can upload in my own YouTube. Thank you. I'm screenshotting the photo so that I can have this.
Yeah.
Boleh ya? Okay.
Oh, we will have a picture together. I think a group picture. So open all
Okay.
your...
Wow. Now I can see everyone.
Yes.
Thank
and
you so much.
Who will take the picture?
Yeah.
Who will take the picture?
I'll take one for my copy. If anyone
Okay.
from
look at
outside.
you, Deslina with the baby. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Saya pun bekerja dengan anak-anak dulu. Anak-anak kecil-kecil bekerja.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
So, Irfan, you want to take a picture? So we have 2 pages.
Yeah.
So the first page first. Okay, smile. Yoo-hoo. Look at you, Sita. Okay, done. I think done. And then second, also selfie. Yeah, please take a picture. Okay, selfie or Gabriela. Second page. All right. Oh, look at the Pak Chandra.
Yeah, 1 minute ya, Bu ya.
Yeah. If this not working, then someone else has the. Okay.
I have one copy, but mine is quite small.
Okay, then.
Sudah. Kasih apa-apa satu. On the second page, then.
Right. Oh, wait, the second page ya.
Yeah, we have 50 or 45 students.
Okay, 1 minute. Now second page.
Okay. Oh, there's another baby. Oh, the same baby. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Bu.
Alright. So thank you very much all. So,
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, everyone.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you, Bu. Thank you, Bu Fida. Thank you, Bu Anita.
Thank you, Bu Anita. Thank you, Bu Fida.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
for student, I hope you can get back in after 5 or 10-minute breaks. Yeah, we still have a session, a half session to go. All right. So I will thank everybody to attending this meeting.
Thank you, Bu Firda.
Bye.
Thank you, Ibu. Thank you, Ibu.
Ya.
Thank you, Bu Anita.
Sama.
Semua live kecuali, oke. Saya ke toilet dulu ya, kelas ya, 5 minutes ya. I will come back. So any. All right, we still have 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, so do we have a student called Pak Mustari Wahab? I think yes. Hello. Okay. So what do you think? What do you think about the software? What do you think about research? Gimana? Sudah terbuka kah? Sudah mulai mencintai penelitian? Apa masih membenci sampai ke ubun-ubun? You still muted, honey. Coba, let me hear your voice. Semua di you still muted, Sita. Unmute. Yeah. So you still hate the research, or you start to love the research? You start loving research and okay. Let me hear your voice. Siapa?
Bu Firda, Fajar.
Oh, Fajar, ya.
Yeah. Tadi maksudnya toolsnya itu untuk membantu kita kalau kita ada reference untuk dari artikel buat di refresh gitu bahasanya Bu, biar nggak plak sama banget.
Gini. Jadi ada 4 software yang dia pakai. Saya hanya pakai 2, tapi sebenarnya saya ingin pakai keempat-empatnya gitu ya, karena benar-benar saving my life. Yang pertama itu kalau kita mencari literatur ya, udah dapat kan harus dibuka satu-satu gitu ya. Karena di dalam literatur review harus ada pro and kontra gitu kan, synthesizing gitu. Jadi kita tidak cuma ngambil dari sini, ngambil dari sini, tapi itu berupa sebuah cerita. Jadi siapa mengerjakan apa di masa lalu yang paling dekat, terus apa sekarang yang tidak mereka punya yang akan saya masukkan. Jadi kita kayak menjahit gitu ya, synthesizing. Terus nah itu perlu beberapa pemikiran. Misalnya satu pro and cons supaya kita bisa menulis mensintesa itu. Kita harus baca satu-satu terus nyatet gitu ya. Oh, ini scholar 1 bilang apa, scholar 2 apa. Terus dari situ ditulis terus dikaitkan gitu kan. Sama kalau scholarly dia langsung, jadi kita dapat 20 paper, terus 20-20-nya dia yang akan mensintesakan, ini bercerita tentang ini gitu ya, seperti mensummary-kan, dan kita tinggal copy paste dari situ. Terus yang kedua adalah setelah scholarly itu yang kedua apa dia pakai itu aku lupa.
Ref and write, Bu.
Ref and write ya. Ref and write itu bisa pakai Endnote atau bisa pakai yang lain gitu ya. Tujuannya adalah waktu mensitasi gitu ya, kita memerlukan banyak waktu juga. Ini siapa yang bilang? Terus di manage, jadi reference itu harus di manage supaya di bagian paling belakang itu sinkron dengan apa yang kita cite. Kadang-kadang di citasi di depan, tapi di belakang reference-nya nggak terlihat. Nah itu dia memanage. Terus yang ketiga, itu yang saya gunakan adalah Quillbot. Karena memang saya kesulitan dalam menerjemahkan ke bahasa Inggris gitu ya. Kalau di scan itu selalu tinggi plagiarismnya, terus saya coba itu, ternyata saya masukin itu selalu di bawah. Gitu ya. Jadi 5%, Bu Amelia sampai wow, 5%. Itu saya menggunakan Quillbot, itu paraphrasing. Jadi pendapat-pendapat orang gitu. Kalau kita hanya copy paste dan itu nanti tinggi, plagiarism diceknya itu tinggi. Jadi kita harus di paraphrasing. Paraphrasing itu sangat memakan waktu karena saya harus translate, cari sinonimnya apa gitu ya, dan dia itu cepat. Yang terakhir itu Grammarly, itu saya juga pakai Grammarly dan itu improve my English. Mungkin Victor nggak perlu ya karena dia sudah native speaker, jadi nggak perlu Grammarly. Kalau saya itu ada artikelnya nggak A di depan E atau an gitu, masih tercampur-campur. Dan makin lama makin bisa menulis dan saya mencintai. Kalau nggak nulis seminggu saya malah pusing gitu ya, apa yang perlu ditulis. So itu jadi tujuannya membantu. Tapi di idea, the problem, terus di kebaruan itu novelty, itu nggak bisa digantikan oleh software apapun, is coming from your brain, ya. Oke. Oh sorry, I'm speaking bahasa, so sorry.
Tidak apa-apa, Bu.
Oh, you understand ya, your third
Sedikit
language.
saja, Bu.
Okay. Okay, so 5 more minutes. I want you to share whatever you have, whatever you get during last week, even if only one variable I want to see. Yeah. So show me with pride. Okay. I want first Victor to show us their framework, and then Sita, and also if you have any. Promised me last week, so I want to see you paid that promise now. Okay. Victor, please.
Yep, hold on, Bu.
I like a little improvement, ya. Siapa lagi yang belum? Pak Mustari, are you from 2017 or 2018 or Pak Mustari?
So shall I share my framework?
Okay, all right.
Can you all see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my revised framework. Hopefully, the last one.
Yep.
It's about the problem is about depleting revenue of the company that I run in Indonesia in the last few years, at least 5 years that I can see the data on.
Yeah.
The problem that I see, well, the problem or the theory that I'd like to try to find is how repurchase intention of ground engaging tools, which is the business that I'm looking at for excavators in my company, is directly affected by the perceived value and indirectly affected by the product quality, pricing strategy, and customer service. So these are the hypotheses.
Yep.
I've got 4 hypotheses. The first one is product quality enhances the perceived value for the customers.
Yep.
And number 2 is pricing strategy impacts the perceived value of the customer. And number 3 is customer service influences the perceived value of the customer. And I guess this is the mediating variable that
yes. Yeah.
that whether perceived value is acting as a mediating variable have
Yeah.
positive significant impact to the repurchase intention by the customer. So hopefully,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're interested on the mediating variable, then your hypothesis will be 7 because perceived value mediates the relationship between product quality and purchase intention. Yeah, it's 4. And then perceived value mediate the relationship between pricing strategy and repurchase intention. Additional. And then perceived value mediate the relationship between customer service and repurchase intention. So you have to add another 3, right?
3 lines.
3 no line hypothesis. You cannot you cannot see the lines. Yeah, or mediating is like that, but your hypothesis becomes 7.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very good. And now the theory, which whose theory you want to start on?
That's my next question to you, actually.
Your underpinning theory. Okay. Purchase intention or repurchase intention. Normally they will use purchase intention because it's intention. Yeah, it's a planned behavior. So theory of planned behavior, or you can find another theory that related to intention. Yeah, so use that theory and synthesize from there. Okay.
Right. Thank you, Bo.
All right.
Anything else?
Okay, purchase intention or yes, I think it's that. All right. So the next student to show her or his. Thank you, Victor. Very good. Keep it up. And siapa mau? Sita, smiling.
Harus, Bu.
I want after the boy and first.
Okay. Kasita. Next.
Sita, habis Kasita Alvaris, ya.
Yes, Bu. The framework, ya, Bu.
Okay, let me see. Is it like a performing art or it's like a academic?
It's still colorful. No, I will fix it. But yeah, so it's about brand diversity and the intention to use digital technology in the performing arts industry. And this is the framework after the private discussion with you. The other variable is the brand diversity, Bu. So I plan to talk about the brand image and the program.
Right.
But as for the theory, I still have not found, to be honest.
Yes, the theory is coming from which theory do you use? UTAUT or TAM? TAM.
Oh, the TAM.
Yeah, that's a theory. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
The framework is based on the technology acceptance model. Yeah. Very good. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables. Make sure you have time to write it all, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hypotheses. Yeah.
Okay.
While Victor has 7, you only have 4. All right. Very good. Saving time. Okay, next.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Sita. So how
Thank you,
it
Bo.
will? How it is will release, right?
Yeah, I actually started chapter 1, but I think it's still very incomplete.
Okay.
So yeah,
No
for next time.
problem. Yeah. One step for the moment, yeah. Step. A small step is okay, as long as you keep moving. Okay. Faris. Oh, okay. Fajar.
I would like to ask a question. I mean, minimum how many variables?
Minimum for master, yeah, because you are in the master degree. So
4.
4.
Okay.
4. Yeah. 4 is the minimum.
Okay.
It's not direct to the dependent variable. You have to have either mediator or moderator. Yeah. Okay. Alfaris, can't wait to see your framework. Let me see.
Hopefully this is the last revise.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So
I will let your friends to be a judge for your framework, not
of
me.
course,
Ask your
open
friends.
arms.
Okay. What is that? It's like a. Okay, I will forward. Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is basically the ideal statement that I have talked to you, that I have to work from home now.
I know.
And then yeah, we all do the same thing now. Current statement, we are work from home, also has the web meeting.
Okay.
So the gap is about works matters versus work-life balance. So now I have to face my manager with the e-leadership, like the virtual meeting or virtual teams. So the hypothesis is e-leaderships influence employee performance. So I have the mediating variables in work motivation, and then e-training to work motivation, and going to the employee performance, because I have to e-training now, and then it's related to work-life balance now, because as we know, based on my research from the source, that work-life balance going to be a positive impact, also the negative impact. So I don't know, Bu, you can advise me about the variables?
I will ask your friend to advise you.
Yeah, thank you, Bu.
Okay, let me hear a class opinion about this framework.
Can I, Bu?
Yes, please.
I'm ready to criticize. What is your
Go ahead.
All right. I totally understand. It's a very interesting topic, but I have a question for you. I understand work motivation and employee performance, but what about work-life balance? How can you measure it? What is the operational variable for it? So like time you spend at home, or how can you measure it?
Yeah, I will share my work first. Yeah, Bu, I have started to writing chapter 1. I don't know is it good or not. Can you see, Mr. Cho?
Yeah. First, please. Okay.
So this is the impact from working from home.
I know.
That I talked to about the work-life balance, that after the statistic data, that like you mentioned that the working long hours.
Paris, let me sorry to interrupt. Yeah. The question is simple. Yeah? Every variable should have a definition. So you have to define what is work-life balance.
Oh,
yeah?
I see.
The first thing to do in chapter 2 in literature review is to explain every variable, the definition. Yeah. And second, you have to be able to measure or to operationalize. Yeah. So how do you measure work-life balance?
Oh.
Yeah. So the variable is not coming into your paper like that. You have to. It's should be through literature review. It should be a reading, a deep reading, and then what is work-life balance? How they measure it? It's from previous work, and then you copy or you paraphrasing or you synthesize from that work into your paper. So important thing is how do you measure it? If there is no previous work of work-life balance, it's difficult for you. So ensure that you have previous work, so you can copy paste on paraphrasing from previous work.
Okay, from the previous research.
Yes, from
about the
articles.
work-life balance. All right.
So okay, if I can suggest, you have too many 1 to 5. Let me see the PowerPoint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, Bu. Yeah.
5. So I will skip. Okay, let me ask the class. So if you have to keep the variable, which variable you want to keep and which one you want to delete.
Class, please help me.
What is your problem? Employee performance. You want to
dependent variable is employee performance.
You want to increase the employee performance by increasing motivation. How do you increase motivation? Is by 3 factors. What are the 3 factors that you think, oh no, this is not important? The least important, because if you have 5 and then 7, so you don't have that luxury of time, but okay, keep that 4, or if you still want to have 3-1-1 framework, it's okay, but make sure that you understand what is work-life balance and how to measure it.
Okay.
What is e-leadership? Why e-leadership? Why not leadership? And why e-training? Why use E?
Bu. Okay, Bu.
And how to measure it?
Sure. So is it possible to use these variables, Bu?
But make sure work-life balance. What is
that.
Work-life balance? I think it's not variable. Work-life balance is just 60% life, 40% is like that. Unless you have a valid measurement how to measure work-life balance. So if I want to suggest you delete the work-life balance. If you want to still have 3, then replace with another variable that meaningful. Meaningful to your work. What is that? Okay.
Okay, Bu.
All right.
I'll find it out.
For example, like company support. Or okay. All right. So who else?
Thank you, Bu.
Thank you very much. Very good. You're super.
May I?
Thank you, Bu.
May I, Bu?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's 8:33. We will be finished at 8:45. 2 hours. Okay. I'm here in IPMI and no one else. That scared me. Okay. All right. Let me see your.
With your advice yesterday, I revised some variables. So my problem is many banks are struggling with employees' turnover intention. So for reducing turnover intention, how to reducing the turnover intention is related to the job satisfaction, and increasing the job satisfaction, there are 2 main factors. So independence variable is, first one is motivation and second one is job rotation.
All right.
Yes, and 2 more hypotheses, H4 and H5, is connected directly relationship between turnover intention and motivation, and turnover intention and job rotation.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you have seven
Seven.
hypotheses, yeah?
7,
Yeah, of
not
course.
5.
Not 5. Which one? Can you find the other 2 hypotheses?
Motivation to turnover and job rotation to turnover.
Yes. Yeah. So job motivation, the job satisfaction
Yeah.
mediates the relationship between motivation and turnover. You have to prove it that there is a mediating factor. Otherwise, what is the purpose of putting job satisfaction in the middle? So you want to see whether or not the job satisfaction has a role to amplify, because you have direct and indirect, right? You have direct relationship from motivation to turnover intention. If that relationship is higher than your indirect, so you don't need job satisfaction. Okay?
Oh, got it. Yes.
Because
Okay.
the direct relationship is higher. So unless it's job satisfaction, the indirect effect is higher, so you need job satisfaction. So employees should be satisfied. Yeah. So to decrease the turnover intention. Turnover intention, what do you think? Motivation to turnover intention, is that negative or positive? Positive means the higher the motivation, the higher the
Negative.
turnover
Yeah.
intention. So it is a positive or negative?
Negative one, right?
Negative.
Yeah.
So I will suggest look at the positive intention, positive relationship. Yeah. So it will not confuse you, because you're starting to learn. So learn that's something easy. The higher the motivation, the higher the job satisfaction. But if you stated that the higher the motivation, so turnover intention will reduce, right? So this is the negative. So you will face difficulty with mediating factor, because the H4 is negative, while your indirect effect is positive. You will be confused. Okay, I don't want to complicate it your life.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Okay, so
Thank you.
turnover intention. If you can choose another positive, what is that? Maybe not turnover, but intention to loyalty. Let's say that job loyalty instead of turnover intention, right?
The royalty.
Yeah, loyalty. Loyalty is something good. It's something that you want to keep. Yeah, increase. All right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Very
thank
nice.
you.
Okay, so one last.
May I, Bu?
Siapa itu?
May I, Bu?
Oh, Helmi.
Ya, Bu.
Wah, Helmi sudah berani.
I try, Bu.
Oke. Baiklah. Apa ini?
I already revised, Bu, for the title also framework, and I had read 3 journal related with it, but only one in Indonesia and another not in Indonesia. So the dependent is approval financial close, and related what is the independent variable is not company trust, but I had read in another journal related with corporate performance.
Can you make it bigger? I cannot see.
Okay. Can you hear me, Bu? Okay.
Yeah,
oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I still get 3 journal related with it, and for the second variable independent is proper feasibility study, and the last one in exit strategy. Especially in this case for PPP railway infrastructure, actually in Indonesia only I get only case of toll road, Bu.
Okay.
So that's why we try to make another hypothesis for another infrastructure that is railway.
Okay.
And the title we try the title is
Don't worry about title.
okay.
It come later, yeah, because the title should reflecting your framework. If you have 4 framework, the 4 framework it should be on your title. All right. So let me see. Let me hear your class opinion about this framework. What is right and what is should be improved. Any suggestion for Helmi so help him to have a beautiful night so he can have a good dream.
Hi, Bu. One comment from me.
Yes, please.
As an outsider, I don't get it. The exit strategy. That's the main thing. Like,
yeah,
what variable is it?
Exit strategy is one of the variables. So you have growth strategy, you have retrenchment strategy, and if you try to bankrupt, then you have to think about how to exit. Yeah, so exit strategy is a bankruptcy. All right. So Helmi, did you get it right? Exit strategy. So are you planning to bankrupt? So don't be
No.
so yeah. So
No, but every step when we negotiate with the banker, they always think about exit strategy. Actually, related with one of the journal that I mentioned, but
yeah,
but that's my question, Bu. In the journal not said about exit strategy, but said about financial decision and another. That's why if I may try to make another word or
yeah, if you find the journal there is a relationship between exit strategy to approval financial, then you can use. Yeah, if not in the word, so don't use. Yeah, so dipermudah. So pilih yang mudah-mudah, don't complicate your word. Yeah, so exit strategy, I would say that you should delete that exit strategy. Yeah.
Okay.
Corporate performance, proper feasibility study, approval finance sudah betul 3. And let me see PPP railway infrastructure. What kind of variable is that? Infrastructure. How do you measure railway infrastructure?
in journal in another journal in this C
Yeah.
or B actually only make some case for toll road project.
Okay.
So that's why in this hypothesis or research, especially talking about PPP railway infrastructure.
Okay. If you want to use this is a moderator, right? Moderator.
Yeah.
Moderator is working on the relationship between. It's not like a mediator. Yeah. So moderator normally is the external condition or variable that will affect the relationship. Yeah, it's not infrastructure, but something that external condition is like what is that?
How about
economics condition? Yeah, it's not infrastructure because what is infrastructure?
Yeah.
Infrastructure is noun. So you have to find uncountable noun name of the variable.
How about revenue or PPP, Bu? Because PPP is talking about how.
Yeah. So the mean of the moderator is mean if, for example, yeah, if you choose trust, yeah, the higher the trust, okay, the higher the trust, so the relationship between corporate performance to approval financial close will be higher. Yeah, so that's a moderator. Okay.
Okay.
So if the lower the trust or whatever, it's not infrastructure. You cannot measure infrastructure. So trust, try trust. Yeah, the lower the trust, so the corporate performance, the relationship between corporate performance and approval of financial close will be lower. Yeah.
Okay, Bu.
So try to find variables that can influence the relationship. Yeah. For example, government. Ya, kalau governmentnya ganti dan mungkin corporate ininya juga berganti, or policy, government policy, or apa gitu ya. Ya, something other than infrastructure. How do you measure high or low infrastructure? Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope you will bisa tidur nyenyak malam ini ya. It's not apa namanya, tidak dihantui oleh infrastructure. Okay.
Firda,
Any more? Yes.
maybe the last book.
Oke, Pak Sumarno. Semua beri support buat Pak Sumarno. Kak
Ayo Bang,
Silvi.
ayo Bang Marno. Go ahead.
Tuh, semua temannya sudah tepuk tangan.
Actually, I have started book until chapter 1 until 1.3. As
Very
I
good.
said, I have sent it also to you, Bu.
Let me have, employee loyalty, very nice. Employee satisfaction is similar to, okay, to Jung. Yeah. Compensation and work environment. Very good. Perfect. And what theory do you adopted or adapted? What theory do you stand on? Underpinning theory. Belum? Yeah. Find out, yeah? Find out. So your homework. Pak Sumarno, you're muted. I cannot see. Yeah. Yeah, your homework is to find this framework is based on whose theory, or if not one, then you have to apa namanya, synthesize two theory is okay. Yeah, but you have underpinning theory, the most important theory that pin your work apa namanya, framework. Yeah.
Okay, Bu Firda. Thank you, Bu.
Alright, so ada lagi? Sudah cukup pening. Did I give you too much headache? No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Bu, 2 minutes, Bu. If you look at my framework for the last time and see whether I got this right, because I was laughing in my head.
Bu, after that, I want to ask 1 minute as well, ya, Bu.
Okay, boleh.
Is this what you mean?
Yes, that's if your perceived value high, the higher the perceived value, then the product quality, the relationship between product quality and repurchase intention will be higher.
Higher, correct.
Yeah.
The same with everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a moderator. So you have to choose either one, ya. Jangan dua-dua. Mediator or moderator. So which because I saw your other framework is mediator, and now you give me a moderator. So which one do you want to use?
Okay. All right. Okay, I got it now. Okay, thank you, Bu. Appreciate it. Okay, Bu.
All right.
Bu, can I have a quick question about this one, Bu?
Yeah. Okay.
I think this question is applied to me too, because
Selfie has yeah.
Oh yeah, Bu. Just quickly,
first,
Bu.
yeah? Okay.
Less than 1 minute.
All right.
Can I have your final comment?
Why final comment? I will have.
No, not final comment, yeah, but at least today's comment.
All right. So you want to have only one moderator to one relationship, yeah? So employer branding. So the higher the employer branding, the relationship between attitude and woman intake intention will be higher.
Yes, because the higher employer branding might increase
the relationship.
Yeah.
The relationship between. Okay. So why not the 3? It's like Victor, they have 3 lines in every.
Yeah, can be, Bu. Can be.
Okay, then edit.
Okay. All right. Even though I haven't found the theory yet, ya Bu ya.
Yes. No, you have the theory. This is a theory of planned behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your novelty is your variable employee branding as a moderator. That is your novelty. No one else have done it, and Selfie make it. Yeah. Okay, that is your. Okay.
So meaning add another 2 lines ya Bu ya.
Yes.
Require branding to the other 2 variables.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you Bu.
All right. So Joe, it's your turn.
Sorry, Bo, I need to let you go home, but I have a quick question for you.
It's okay.
Well, when you adopt the previous theory, let's say, I think I and Selvi and Victor can use the theory of planned behavior, and
Yes.
service is pretty much the same. And Victor and me is from perception to intention. So can you just use part of it, like just perception to intention? Can you just use part of it, the part of the model?
Yes. So, the part of the theory. The theory of planned behavior, Selfie, I think they use all, not part of it.
Right.
They use all, right? Okay. So, but the difference is she adding the moderating. Yeah, and that's okay too. So what is the question?
What if we don't adopt it? What should we do, Boo?
Oh, you have to synthesize many, because if you just adapt it from theory of planned behavior, that makes your life simple. If you create your own framework, you will need additional time from this to this. You will look 10 journal, and then another variable to another variable, 10 journal. But if you just adapt it from someone else's frameworks, then you have add one. So it's it's saving your time. Okay.
So if we just mention it in chapter 2, then from perception to intention is just done. I don't have to synthesize anymore because I just mentioned it.
Okay, the relationship between, for example, relationship between attitude and intention. You have to cite at least three to five work that have done in the past. Yeah, the pro and contra, the negative and positive. Then you synthesize based on that work. My hypothesis is this. Yeah. If they said all the positive, okay, then you come with the mainstream. You say that there is a relationship between attitude and intention. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Boo. We should adapt it.
Not should adapt it. For master degree, yes, just adapt and modify it. Yeah, you're not creating a new theory or new framework. Yeah? For those who has already creating their own framework, it's okay as long as you can justify that there is a relationship between two variables based on how many percent cited. Yeah, how many percent said that already tested that relationship, then you can add it. Yeah.
Thank you, Boo. Clear.
Yeah. Okay. I think semua sudah berpikir dengan keras, motorik sampai rambutnya tiba-tiba mekar. Alright. Okay, very nice to see you today. Dari nol sekarang semua sudah punya framework, from zero to framework. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, very nice. Okay, and we are all still learning, and keep it up. Keep the
Spirit.
Keep the sanity in place.
Terus semangat.
Okay. All right. So
Thesis without tears.
Yes, don't use tears. This is research is fun. Yeah, make it fun. Make it simple. Okay. All right. Very good. My door is still open if you want to come. Oh yeah, I have SPSS and Endnote. Yeah, And also I have my drive. So if you want to come and want to install Endnote or you want to install anything, I have it, because next week we will learn about statistic. Yeah, statistic. So hypothesis and statistic. Descriptive first, and then the next week that's really PLSM. Yeah, you will be an expert of statistic when you pass the research methodology. All right, so I hope you enjoy a session with Anita Adnan and also another session with me. So I wish you have a good evening. So Irfan, don't forget to open the door for me and then serve nasi goreng for me, ya. All right. Oke, foto-foto. Siapa mau foto?
Victor, Bu.
Irfan. Oke.
Akan kalau foto doang sih bisa lah. Tesis agak susah, ini aja deh. Okay. Everybody smile. No crying.
No crying, no tears. Yeah.
This is without tears in 1, 2.
Done. Thank you.
Cheers.
Makasih.
Okay.
Have a good
Terima
night.
kasih. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Bu.
Thank you, Ibu.
Guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you next year.
I don't want to see you guys ever again.
Enak ya, Pak?
Gimana, Riz? Udah nangis-nangis belum?
Udah curhat gua. I already talked to your mom, man.
Iya.
For 1 hour.
Bagus.
Jung got it, I think. Jung got it.
Anyway, Pak Victor, thank you for covering me for Thursday class. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Last Thursday class. Thank you.
I hope everything went well with the funeral and everything.
Yes, going well. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yeah.
See you guys. See you,
Bye.
Faris.
guys.
See you,
Have a
Faris.
good one.
Ya, Pak.